What's going on, guys? This is Johnny Salmon. I'm back with another video. This time I'm talking about the odds in the potential Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya rematch. Now, the odds just came out for this fight, and some people are a little surprised by who is considered the favorite going into the potential rematch. Let's get into it. So, Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya part two, right? The potential part two, the potential rematch. The odds just came out for the fight, and apparently Israel Adesanya is favored to win the rematch. Now, a lot of people are a little bit confused by this, considering the fact that Israel just lost his belt to Pereira, and, he got TKO'd in the process. I don't think it's that shocking. I think it kind of does make a little bit of sense, because if you consider the fact that Israel was winning pretty much the majority of the fight. 3 out of the 4 rounds, he was winning cleanly. Some people are surprised, they're saying that the odds makers aren't really respecting Pereira, that they think that Pereira has way more to grow. He has way more to go in his mixed martial arts knowledge, ability, experience than Israel Adesanya does. A lot of people think that Israel Adesanya has peaked and he's at the top of his form right now, versus Pereira, who essentially is only, 8 fights into his career in mixed martial arts. I think that's just incorrect when you consider the fact that Israel, even though he's been in the UFC for a long time, he's still growing. He's still making different reads. Like, let's be honest, when's the last time you saw Israel Adesanya go for a takedown and take his opponent down, hold him down on the ground? We only saw that in this last fight. So it's clear that he's still improving himself. So both men are improving. Both men are getting better every day. Every time they step into the octagon, they're getting more experience and are improving. Why do I think the odds make sense? I do think it makes sense. Like I said, Israel was already winning the majority of the fight. And if he adjusts his game plan just a little bit, you could easily see how he can come back and get a victory. No one thought that Amanda Nunes would lose until she fought Juliana Pena. She came out there like a bat out of hell and just came out and knocked her out. Like, no one was expecting that. But then when we saw the rematch, we saw that Nunes took a different kind of approach. She switched up her game plan, and then you saw her dominating Pena. I'm not saying that Adesanya will necessarily dominate Pereira in a rematch, but I could easily see how he adjusts his game plan a little bit to potentially take over the fight and get a victory over Pereira in a rematch. So I think the odds, they make sense. I still look at it as a 50-50 fight in my heart of hearts, but at the same time, we can't really be too upset at the fact that currently Adesanya is a favorite. As we get closer to the potential fight, things can change. Odds always change all the time. Odds will change during the fight. So just because Israel opens up as a favorite now doesn't mean he's necessarily going to be a favorite by the time the rematch occurs. I think people need to calm down a little bit. It makes sense that he's the favorite just based off of the body of work that he has. And even the last fight, despite losing, he won so many rounds. He won so many rounds. You can't really discredit those kind of things. Yes, he did lose by TKO, and Pereira should be respected. We're not going in there and thinking Pereira is just some kind of can and he got lucky. We're not saying that. But we have to still consider the majority of the fight, who was really in control of things. When you consider that, then it makes a little bit more sense that Adesanya would be the favorite heading into the rematch. If you guys agree or disagree, hit me up in the comments, right? Let's talk about it. Let's figure something out. And, we can share different ideas, an idea exchange, as it were, right? Give me a like, subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one.